here's my question. So you think there are two genders. Okay. But the definition of gender, although it's incredibly hard to define, is basically how I feel towards my biological sex. But in theory, I can feel an infinite amount of ways about my biological sex. So in theory, there are like an infinite amount of genders. But you say there's only two, so A, I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. Secondly, you also, every time you use the word gender, you could replace it with the word sex every single time. Also, you say we shouldn't concede linguistic ground to the left, but you use the word gender constantly in discourse. To me, it seems like you just don't think gender exists, or at the very least has no epistemic credibility in public discourse. So why do you concede that linguistic ground if you basically don't think it exists logically?
Okay, yeah, I think gender and sex are interchangeable words. They're exactly the same thing. So, I mean, do you agree with that, or?
Oh yeah, I totally agree with that.
Oh, okay, cool. So you believe there's two genders, two sexes. So, yeah, you'll probably make a good point. I see what you're saying here, is that why even use the word gender at all? Right. Yeah, I mean, colloquially, it's used a lot in society. I also think it's a way to kind of draw the line against the transgender movement, because they've intentionally kind of gone onto that social word gender, of which is a new age postmodern term that really did not exist prior to the 1970s, 1980s. So I think you actually make a pretty good point about ceding ground, but the intent is that I believe gender and sex are directly related. Thank you. Appreciate it.